This is the Fantasy Roadshow.
What's going on? Welcome into another episode of the Fantasy Roadshow with your hosts. It's Truck and Coles. We are here on a Sunday morning talking start sits, last minute answering questions. Coles, how you doing today?
Yeah, we might have a ball game here in London. Lamar just threw a pick.
Oh my God. I have to put the game on. I was watching it downstairs, got to set it up.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
I was cooking. I got to leave. I got to go to Cincinnati later on today. I got a busy day ahead of me.
So you just don't have the game on?
No, I had it on downstairs, but I had to come up.
But right now, you're just not watching NFL football, and
I was more focused on setting up this episode for the roadies out there. We're answering questions today, but I forgot to mention you can follow us on Twitter at @fantasy_truck or at @Culls_sports. Make sure you follow the show at Fantasy Roadshow. Check out the Substack, thefantasyroadshow.substack.com. And this episode is brought to you by Rule One Proteins. If you're looking to get your day started right, go ahead, go to rule1proteins.com, enter in Roadies40 at checkout to get 40% off of all your protein and supplement needs. They got a lot of good stuff. Go check.
I'm trying the fruits and greens antioxidant plus antioxidants.
Plus antioxidants.
Mixed berry flavor. It's got prebiotic fiber and enzymes, nutrient dense superfoods. 6 grams of fruits and greens. So I'm gonna give that a rip. Oh, that's targeting.
Rip. All right, anybody out there, feel free to chime in.
We're concussed. We're showing it. We are teaching the people of London about CTE on a Sunday morning, baby. Americans are spreading the good word.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that guy's fucked. That's going to be a touchdown Titans, or at least the ball and the one or the two. Get that game on. I'll talk to the roadies a little bit here.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm getting it going. But yeah, I was just mentioning
work harder and put more focus into it because once again, there is NFL football on, and you're just dicking around.
Yeah, for the roadies out there.
No, for the spirit of dicking around.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right. Feel free to chime in, though. It looks like we got one question. Calls. What do we got? Casey Martin, thanks for joining us. Thank you for your question. Hubbard or Madison and PPR? Also, any news on Kincaid? Knox active for sure. To me, last time I checked, Kincaid is not going to be playing today. I don't think it was official yet. We're probably going to hear word from that pretty soon. But Hubbard or Madison in PPR, Coles, where are you going?
Well, I have Madison on my red light list, so I'm going Hubbard.
Okay.
Not that I think that the Falcons are going to have, or the Panthers are going to have any kind of an outstanding game by any means, but
yeah.
Let me look at a couple things here.
Right off the bat, I think I would go Hubbard. I don't like Madison in this matchup. I still feel like Cam Akers is going to start getting worked in more and more. So I'd probably go Hubbard over Madison.
Yeah. I just think that the Bears rush defense kind of figured something out. I don't know why I think that, but I do. So this is one of those things where I wish you said Madison, because that is the right move. The smart play is to start Madison. And if it was my team, Casey, I would be starting Madison. But just from flipping a coin, or who do I think is going to it's just one of those weird situations where I don't like to get cute and start Hubbard. I always start Madison because that is the quote unquote smart move. I just have there's a touchdown for Derrick Henry.
Yeah. I just saw that.
It's just one of those things where I don't like Madison, that line. And I think the Bears figured out something on defense. Hubbard has a backfield to himself. Backup running back is Blackshear. I like what his workload's going to be.
Yeah.
Dolphins aren't the greatest team in the world, but Panthers also suck. So, like, if I had the balls to start Hubbard, I would. I just don't get cute, so I would start Madison if it was my team.
Okay.
It's like, you know how I am, dude. 10 out of the majority over the lifespan of fantasy football. If you don't get cute, you're gonna win more times than not.
Very true.
You get burned, but taking this case as just a one-off case, I don't know. I think Hubbard.
Yeah, you're making sense.
Confusing. That's a very confusing way to put it. But
just a little bit.
But that's how my brain works in fantasy. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. If Kincaid is out, then is Knox better than ever?
No, absolutely not.
Par him back.
No, I'm very passionate and very have a very strong opinion about this one. Gerald Everett's the play. I have him as the best streamable option at tight end. He's on my green light list. Gerald Everett. I love Gerald Everett. Knox is still kind of dinged up. His wrist is, he had that wrist injury. I don't necessarily think like Kincaid out means Knox is going to get an overwhelming workload. I don't think Kincaid really plays into Knox's workload in the first place. So that one, I think for sure, Everett. I love Everett this week. Yeah,
I agree with you. Everett's the play. Nelly, thanks for your question. Thanks for joining us. Have one wide receiver running back flex and one super flex to fill. Half point PPR. Need 2 out of Desmond Ridder, James Cook, Marquise Brown, Jacoby Myers, and Garrett Wilson. Leaning Ridder and Brown.
Side note, one track brain here. Mixed berry.
Is it good?
Rule one mixed berry. You can definitely taste that it's like fruits and greens. Like it's not just artificial, like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It tastes like remember those little like all natural fruit, like gummy bar thingies?
Yes.
That's what exactly
it tastes what you're talking about.
That is what it tastes
I can get into that.
Which is awesome.
Tastes natural and healthy.
It's not like, it's not one of those like green juices that you're like, super bitter. Like, it doesn't taste like, it's good. I like this for a healthy, good drink. Rule 1 proteins, Roadies 40. Go get your fruits, greens, and antioxidants.
Absolutely.
Good way to start your day.
Nelly. So for me, if you have a super flex to fill, after Desmond Ridder had a pretty good game last week, I think he has another decent game. I don't think it's to the extent of it was last week, but I would still trust him in my super flex. And then Marquise Brown, James Cook, Jacoby Myers, Garrett Wilson. I like James Cook this week a lot.
I do too.
And as well as Garrett Wilson. I would go with those two. Garrett Wilson last week, he had a good game with Zach Wilson, and the Philly pass defense hasn't been up to par with the rest of their defense. So, Coles, I don't know if you agree
I completely agree. There's a lot of options there, and I completely agree with Truck. And we do not agree often, so that's probably a good thing for you, Nelly. Ridder and Cook is who I would go as well.
Yeah,
I do think Cook has a great game this week.
Love
against a soft Giants team. I think he gets in the end zone. So
yeah,
I agree on that one. We agree on Everett and Knox. Hubbard,
a good Madison, start to the morning.
We agree, but also like that's one of those weird ones for me.
Yeah, thanks for your question.
Let's see if we got anything on Twitter. I'm horrible at checking that as well on this episode. I realized when I was thinking about it today.
Yeah, I actually don't check it, so that's all on you. But I probably should.
I mean, that's where we send out like comment your questions.
Yeah, I know. I just on YouTube.
I don't think we have any on Twitter. But here live.
I got a question for you, Coles.
Yeah.
Help me out with one of my rosters I got going here. I have Dak Prescott in my starting lineup. Okay. Had a bad week last week, but he's going against the Chargers on Monday Night Football. Yeah. I have Josh Dobbs on my bench.
Yeah.
Is it getting cute thinking of starting Josh Dobbs over Dak Prescott, who's been struggling?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Cowboys Chargers is going to be a shootout.
Yeah.
So I don't even think. Yeah, I just think it's a no-brainer. You got to go with Dak.
Okay.
Do you think he's that bad and you're that off on Dak?
No. I started off by saying I have Dak in my starting lineup. I am trusting Dak this week. But I see Dobbs down there, and I'm just kind of having that second thought.
That's not it. Not even getting cute. That's trying to put lipstick on a pig.
Okay. All right. Kanoa built. Thanks for your question. I hope I didn't butcher the name. Drop Spears or Foreman need to pick up a kicker. Spears or Foreman.
Spears already started. You can't drop him.
Yeah, and Foreman's the starting running back this week. Backfields to himself. So if you don't need him,
to drop Foreman.
If you have
give us some other options because you have to drop.
What's your starting lineup? Foreman. Yeah, Foreman's a good start this week. So
yeah, but you have to drop lineup. Yeah, give us some more there because you would have to drop Foreman given that Spears is currently playing and locked.
All right, B Cork. B Cork, what up? Thanks for joining once again. Laporta with a questionable tag. My options are Conklin, Henry, Otten, or Higbee. Wondering who to stash in case those things turn for the worst.
Yahoo League, you can drop who's on bench. Yahoo League, you can drop Spears. Those are your two options. Drop Spears because he's not playing.
We'll get to that in a second. B Cork. Laporta with a questionable tag. Yeah, I don't know, man. Conklin, Henry, Otten, or Higbee. I'd say probably Henry or Higbee. I still think Laporta plays. So I think he's going to be good to go for the week. I just I don't know. You're kind of throwing a dart with Conklin, Henry, Otten, or Higbee. I don't like any one of them more so than the others. But probably Higbee or Henry, I would lean.
So definitely not Henry. I'm full fading the Patriots. And then Higbee, I think Stafford's gonna have an outstanding day. So
I do too.
Higbee. And then there's Conklin, man. He's stacked up some pretty good games here in a row. It's not a sexy name, but let me pull him up real quick. He has sneakily stacked up good games in a row, that was someone who Truck was on preseason. And then when Truck feels like he got burned by someone, he'll just be like high school bitter. Girl, so done with him.
All right.
He just will be biased the rest of the way. Yeah. So last two games, he's got 4 receptions, 58 yards, and then 67. That's good. But of course, Ryan's got the high school, fuck that guy.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not bad though, isn't it, Truck?
No, it's not bad. Conklin is a decent start, and to grab him in case Laporta doesn't play, it's a decent idea.
He's gotten over 50 yards in 3 out of 5 games. He's got 6.5 targets in his last 4 consecutive.
Yeah,
that's not bad. So Conklin is someone to actually look at as a streamable option. Yeah. Now he's against the Eagles, who have given up a lot to tight ends. A lot of them some of those are skewed numbers, but I probably go Higbee just because I think they score a lot.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know what's going on. So in Yahoo leagues, you can drop someone that's playing.
Let's not if he's on your bench. Spend a lot of time on this. Drop Spears, call it a day. We're not.
All right. 101 Jokic or
Giannis.
I'm going Joker. I don't play fantasy basketball, but I'm going Joker.
I am going Victor Wembanyama. 101.
101, the Rook.
Yep.
All right. Pick 2, Kyron, Pollard, Jacobs.
Pollard, 100%.
Yeah.
Jacobs. Who Jacobs? Oh, Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs. Who's because I like Kyron this week.
Yeah, Kyron and Jacobs are close. Patriots, Raiders. I'm gonna go Kyron. I think it's Raiders Patriots gonna be a super gross game. You have you have Belichick completely out coaching McDaniels, and then the Patriots are a broken team. So I think it's going to be a low scoring, shitty, just disgusting game. We probably won't see any of it. So give me Kyren and Pollard.
I'm right there with you.
Foreman or Hubba?
I'm going Foreman. With this one. I just think the Bears offense has been looking better than the Panthers offense, and I'm trusting Foreman over Hubba. Chuba Hubba.
I wish you were wearing a Bears hat so you could show Kanoa. We don't know if Kanoa is a first-time listener, so we can show your Bears bias. But I kind of agree with Truck on that.
Let's go.
It's his entire back. It's his entire backfield. Yeah, I mean, yes, another one. I go Foreman. It's his backfield. His only competition is like, what's his name? Darrynton Evans.
Yes. Darrynton Evans.
Yeah. Give me Foreman. I mean, if he should score a touchdown, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Ritter or Derek Carr. Gosh, I have both teams winning. Derek Carr hasn't gotten the pass attack for the Saints going too much. But I do have both of those teams winning. So give me Carr. Ritter has higher upside, but
yeah, Carr is probably the safer option. Are you B Cork? Are you projected? Are you projected to win this matchup?
Who do you have on Ritter or Carr?
Well, I was just going to ask him if you need a big upside play, maybe Ritter will score more points. But if you don't, I think Derek Carr is a safer option.
I honestly didn't even know B Cork asked that question. I thought you were just like, you missed him because Truck and B Cork are turning into fast friends, like best friends. So I thought you were literally just like on to the next, like, what's B Cork up to?
Yeah, no, B Cork. I appreciate the question. You're the man. But yeah, I depending on whether or not you need a high upside play, I think Ritter has a chance to score more points than Derek Carr, which I didn't think I would ever say.
Yeah, I think I'll go Carr here. He says yes, as in he needs high upside. He needs a home grand slam, is what he's saying.
Is that what I'm not sure. So if it is, then yeah, I would go Ritter.
All right. Well, that's funny. I have some start sits.
Let's hear them.
Who's better today? Komet or Hawkinson? Definitely Hawkinson. Stroud or Goff?
Yeah. Hawkinson for sure. Stroud or Goff? Goff is on our red light list, and I think so is Stroud. But I'm gonna go Stroud over Goff. I'm gonna go Stroud over Goff. Goff plays terrible away. We talked about it in the red light, green light episode. His stats are notoriously bad over the last 10 games he's played away. He's averaging like 11.4 points. I'm going Stroud.
Okay. I love that. That was Elliot Darvish.
E-Cork, you're projected to win.
Thank you, Elliot. I'm gonna tweet you back. Projected to win. I go Carr. Yeah.
Yeah. Go Carr there.
Yeah.
All right. You said you had a start set question on yours? Oh, we got one more. B Cork. Nico Collins or Gabe Davis, half PPR. Where are you going, Coles?
I'm going Gabe. I have I'm going Gabe. I have the Texans losing that game. I have the Saints they have a great defense. I think they're going to kind of like give Stroud some trouble. So because of that, I have Gabe. He's probably going to score a touchdown.
Yeah, against this Giants defense.
Yeah, so I'm going cupcake matchup against the Giants. Gabe's going to score for his 5th consecutive game.
Yeah,
I like
Nico's got a tough one against the Saints. So
yeah, that's what I'm doing. But let me find these. Last one, Nico Collins. We already did that. This game's getting good over here. Ravens picked it off.
Oh, I'm watching. I got it on.
About fucking time.
Mixon or Madison? You're an asshole. Mixon or Madison?
Mixon.
I'm going Mixon. Yeah, we talked about Madison earlier.
Yeah.
I'm just I'll go Mixon over Madison.
Oh my gosh. All right. Half PPR, flex, Dotson, Moss, or Jerome Ford.
Half PPR, flex, Dotson, Zach Moss, or Jerome Ford.
Yep.
I'm going Zach Moss. I think Zach Moss still has an active game today. And I don't think they're going to completely shelf him in the second game that Jonathan Taylor's back. And we saw what happened last week. The guy's really, really good. So I think I don't think it'll be the same as last week, but I think he will have another productive game. And I would trust him more so than Dotson or Jerome Ford against the fucking 49ers with
All right.
PJ Walker.
Matt Stafford or Justin Fields?
Justin Fields. He's on a hot streak, man. Stafford's going to have a great game. You can't go wrong with either one, but I think Fields has another massive game to continue that streak.
Amari Cooper or Gabe Davis? We already talked about this one. Gabe Davis.
Yes.
And then we already started Zay Flowers. All right. Here's one that we have in a league that we're both in, but it's it's BBC. Very interesting. This is just interesting scenario that I have.
Okay.
I need to start a running back and then 2 flex. Running back, do you start Jonathan Taylor or Zach Moss?
That's an interesting dilemma. I'm gonna go with Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
I know just said that I think Zach Moss is gonna have a productive game, but I think both can.
All right. So now I need to start 2, flex 2, which this question might be answered with Kincaid being out, but Moss, Chark, or Kincaid, you start flex 2 of them.
Moss, Chark, Kincaid. Flex
so you're starting 2. Jonathan Taylor and Moss. You have to.
Yeah.
And then is it Chark or Kincaid? And you go Chark, especially because Kincaid obviously now. But
yeah. So Chark and Moss. Starting Zach Moss and Jonathan Taylor in the same game. That's
I know, isn't that funny?
Lineup.
But we have 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 3 flex. Deep. Yeah. There's like 14 team league or something.
Definitely.
Yeah, 12 maybe. All right. Well, that was all the ones I had personally and we had together.
I think I have.
We're on the same page. I need to respond. Thank you, Coles. Go Tigers. Dude, just beat up on fucking Auburn. Go Tigers. It's going to be we play Army next week, have a bye, and then Bama at Bama to take a share of the SEC West. It's going to be really tough for LSU to be two-loss team in the playoff, which sucks. But if we have wins against Bama and Georgia, wow, what a run by Lamar. If we have wins versus Bama and Georgia, you never know what can happen. We would need North Carolina to lose. So much still has to play out. But
it's been a crazy week in college football. Like this weekend has been pretty nuts for college football. There's massive stuff going on here. Coles, I got one for you. This is also in our BBC league. Do I go Elijah Moore or Jerome Ford?
Jerome Ford.
Yeah. I had Elijah in, and I'm as I'm looking at it now, I'm like, yeah, I'd probably go Ford. Just wanted to get your opinion on that.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Just as a caveat, I think Coles and I are going to be skipping tonight's stream. We will not be streaming live for the Sunday night football game. Instead, we will be streaming live for the Monday night football game. During that episode, we will be going over our reactions for the week's episode or for the week's games, as well as our early fantasy hitchhikers, going over all the people we think you should pick up on waivers. We'll be covering all that tomorrow night around 7:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah. All right. Well, we could probably wrap up. It seems like Pittman or Davis. Oh, right when I say that, people shots up. We have two.
I'm going Pittman over Gabe Davis. I think with
Pittman or Gabe.
Minshew mania. I think he's going to get him the ball early and often. We've seen the last game that they played together. He got Pittman the ball a lot, so I think Pittman's going to be good. But I also think Gabe Davis has a good game, so I think either way you're in a good spot. However, I'd probably go Pittman over Gabe Davis. How do you feel about that one, Coles?
That's so close for me. Let's go. This is one where I would flip that coin if you got one close by, but I go Pittman with you.
You got one close by.
If you have a coin within arm's reach, flip that and let the fantasy gods decide. If you don't have a coin within arm's reach, start Pittman.
Yep.
Says the Fantasy Roadshow.
Coles, I got another question for you here.
They're gonna be like, man, what great advice. They said to either flip a fucking coin or start Pittman.
Shit, I don't have any
coins. Pittman. Start them.
Yeah, go Pittman. I think you're good there. Either way, I think you're in a good spot.
Loveless. What a great name. Last name it.
Loveless. Yeah, that's awesome.
I've always liked
thoughts
that.
on Roshan next week. I think Roshan's going to be great next week. Who do they have? Who's there on their schedule?
I love Roshan. The Bears' schedule sucks all year. I love Roshan. His next 4 games are cupcakes. Vikings, Raiders next week at home. Chargers. Okay, 3 games. And then you have Saints. Then you get Carolina at home. So 3 out of the 4 of those games are cupcakes. The next 2 are going to be awesome for Roshan. We know that. Lil Herbie's going to be out. So barring Foreman running for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, Roshan should have a very big role these next 2 games.
Yeah.
I just hope what I hope for Roshan is that Foreman doesn't come out and just light it on fire.
Yeah, he's going to be involved
then he could take a back seat, I think, which would suck. Yeah. You agree, right?
I do think that's a possibility. Now, if Foreman comes out and puts up a dud, it's going to be the Roshan show next week. If Foreman comes out, puts up over 100 yards and a couple touchdowns, it's going to be a split backfield the same way it was with Herbert and Roshan. So,
yep.
All right. Let's see. Buffalo game, bad weather. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I think Buffalo's used to playing in bad weather. I think they'll be okay, but that may affect the passing game a little bit. Coles, I got a question for you, buddy.
Let's hear it. 3rd and goal. Come on. What's he going to do, Lamar?
Kirk Cousins?
Yep.
Or Matthew Stafford?
Oh, he's not going to get in. Kirk Cousins or Matthew Stafford? Matthew Stafford.
You doing Matthew Stafford over Kirk Cousins?
Yep, 100%.
Good. I'm playing you in that game, so you're going down, sucker.
Fuck, you fucked me. What are we playing in?
We're playing in the Thunderdome, baby.
Oh.
Yeah, we are playing in the Thunderdome. I am winning right now, 45-4, projected to outscore your bum ass.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that chump league.
All right. Well, I think we're about ready to wrap it up. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for all the questions. We appreciate the activity. Make sure you check us out every Sunday. We're here live answering all your questions. Sunday, 10:30. We'll come on back then. And then also check us out throughout the week. We got episodes coming up. I just mentioned Monday Night Football. We're doing our reactions and waivers episode, the Fantasy Hitchhikers. Make sure you go to real1proteins.com and enter in Roadies40. That's Roadies plural, ROADIES 40 at checkout to get 40% off.
40% off. Come on.
Yeah, beautiful. You can't beat that.
Fucking beautiful. Yeah. What else we got for them besides buckling up?
Not much, man.
Yeah, good luck today. Week 6, huge week.
Yeah.
If you have any more questions, tweet at us.
Absolutely.
At Coles_sports, at fantasy_trucker, at Fantasy Roadshow. Tweet us. We still got an hour till kickoff, but buckle the fuck